Hey everyone, welcome to today's Explainer. We're diving straight into the hidden alchemy of walking. Let's completely reframe it from some boring chore you feel guilty about into a powerful biological tool. Most of us treat walking as this huge waste of productive time. We kind of trick ourselves into thinking that if we aren't absolutely dripping sweat lifting heavy weights or actively breaking down our muscles at the gym, it just doesn't count. But today we're looking at the hard medical science that proves why a simple stroll is actually a top-tier biohack for your entire system. This isn't just about getting your steps in, we're building an actionable daily protocol to completely transform your internal chemistry.
75,000. That is an absolutely massive number. It's actually the exact number of kilometers Jean Béliveau walked around the entire globe over an 11-year journey. Clearly, the guy understood the profound therapeutic power of being on his feet. But listen, I promise you right now, you definitely don't need to cross continents, wear through dozens of pairs of shoes, or sleep in jail cells to see these benefits. You just need to understand how to leverage a targeted walking protocol for your own biology, right in your own neighborhood.
So here is our roadmap for today's Explainer. We'll start with the biological system reboot, then hit Step 1, the cortisol flush, Step 2, master oxygen delivery, Step 3, ignore 10,000 steps, and finally wrap it all up with your daily action protocol. All right, diving right into Section 1, the biological system reboot.
Let's fundamentally challenge the idea that a casual stroll is just a trivial waste of time. It's actually a literal biological kill switch. It acts as a complete system reboot, completely altering your biology and your health from the inside out. Think about it like this. When you're sitting at a desk all day, your body interprets that lack of movement as stagnation. Your cellular metabolism plummets, and these low-level inflammatory processes start creeping up. But the second you start walking, boom, you flip a switch, you turn off those negative stagnant processes and instantly fire up active cellular repair mechanisms.
Moving right along to Section 2, Step 1, the cortisol flush.
We all know chronic stress is a modern epidemic, right? Well, when you walk, you actually target specific genes to turn off those stress mechanisms and shift your body firmly into parasympathetic mode. This is your natural rest and digest state. Look, most of us spend our days completely trapped in fight or flight. We're anxious, rushing around, and flooded with stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Some people even have a genetic variation that makes them hold on to that adrenaline way longer than normal. So here is a specific tip to get the best cortisol-lowering effect. Walk in nature or green space if you can, and consciously keep your pace casual. You really don't want to accidentally trigger a secondary stress response by turning it into a heavy workout.
And get this. You literally only need 20 minutes of this low-intensity strolling to drop those cortisol levels, flush that adrenaline right out of your bloodstream, and actually switch off those stress-activated genes. In just a short 20-minute window, you create the mental space you need to solve complex problems, process your emotions, and actually get your creativity back. It is a literal physiological stress flush. Okay, now for Section 3, Step 2, Master Oxygen Delivery. Here is a fascinating cellular energy hack that builds directly on the cortisol flush. It's all about the oxygen paradox. See, heavy gym sessions often cause you to overbreathe, which actually traps oxygen in your blood. But a calm, nose-breathing stroll balances your CO2 levels to deliver oxygen deep into your tissues. When you're gasping for air during an intense workout, you are absolutely flooding your blood with oxygen. But here's the catch. Your body actually needs carbon dioxide to release that oxygen from the blood and push it deep into your cells. Overbreathing blows off too much CO2. Walking, on the other hand, allows for that calm, perfect chemical balance.
So, by breathing exclusively through your nose on a casual stroll, you maintain this delicate, perfect balance of carbon dioxide. That CO2 acts like a biochemical key, unlocking your red blood cells to dump 20% more oxygen directly into your mitochondria. That is an incredible tip for boosting cellular energy. Since most chronic diseases and signs of aging are directly linked to damaged or inefficient mitochondria, this 20% efficiency boost helps your internal energy factories thrive and repair themselves.
And for anyone dealing with blood sugar fluctuations, this targeted oxygen delivery is basically a miracle. It actively burns off extra glucose first thing in the morning. You see, when you wake up, your liver naturally releases a surge of sugar into your bloodstream just to give you the energy to get out of bed, a biological process called the dawn phenomenon. Taking a morning walk capitalizes on that cellular oxygen boost, drastically improving your insulin sensitivity and clearing out that floating sugar before you even sit down for breakfast.
Next up is Section 4, Step 3, ignore 10,000 steps.
It's time to throw out the 10,000-step myth. Honestly, it's one of the most intimidating fitness barriers out there today. The science is incredibly clear here. You do not need a treadmill or some arbitrary, perfectly measured 10,000 steps. You just need to increase your baseline movement by living a walkable life. Any increase yields massive health benefits. Studies show that when cities prioritize sidewalks, like the famous Greenway project in Vancouver, residents naturally exercise more without even thinking about it, and they drastically reduce their carbon footprint. Plus, people in walkable neighborhoods report significantly less loneliness and way higher life satisfaction. So it's a brilliant social and environmental hack, right alongside being a health one.
Simply stepping outside literally kicks your invisible pharmacy into gear, building this elite internal defense force against disease. Inside your cells, a massive chain reaction happens just from strolling down the street. First, the gentle movement increases the microbial diversity in your gut, which improves digestion and mood. Second, you trigger the release of endogenous antioxidants. That's your body's custom-made defense against free radicals and aging. And incredibly, you boost the production of your natural killer cells. These are the elite specialized immune cells that literally hunt down viruses and even cancer cells. All this internal magic happens just from increasing your baseline walking.
Finally, Section 5, your daily action protocol. Let's bring all this fascinating science together into your new, highly actionable daily routine that you can start the second this explainer ends. Here are your 3 immediate steps for beginners. Step 1, flush that cortisol. Take a dedicated 20-minute, low-intensity walk in a green space to shift your nervous system into that healing parasympathetic mode. Step 2, master oxygen delivery. While you're on that walk, consciously close your mouth and breathe exclusively through your nose to unlock that CO2 key and send 20% more oxygen to your cellular energy factories. And step 3, increase your baseline movement. Stop stressing over an arbitrary 10,000-step goal and just look for small, easy excuses to be on your feet more often throughout the day.
You definitely don't have to walk all the way around the world like Jean Béliveau to see a massive, life-altering impact on your health. You just have to start moving. Whether your goal is to strengthen your bones, clear your mind of chronic stress, boost your elite immune cells, or balance out that morning blood sugar, the absolutely most productive time of your entire day is the time you spend on your feet. So I'll leave you with this final thought as you plan your metabolic reset. Your biology is ready to transform. What will your next 20 minutes look like?